In today's video, I want to talk about 5 things that would be cool to be added to Tarkov. The first category is new weapon features. First off in this category is adding stripper clips. So for the Mosin, you'd be able to use those and make reloading quicker and potentially just as fast as some of the other bolt actions that have magazines. Another thing is with iron sights, being able to adjust them to different ranges. I don't know about the usefulness of this, but it'd be cool to see. Similar things like this can be seen in squad. And with that, the ability to switch between iron sights and scopes if it's allowed to. So like with the PU Mosin sight, you can technically see into the iron sight with the way that it's designed. So you can, if you'd be able to switch between the scope and the iron sights, I think that'd be a cool feature. Also, older weapons being added would be cool, such as like other World War II weapons, maybe like the Thompson SMG or the MP40, or maybe even more modern, well I guess not modern, but other weapons like PP Bison, stuff like that. I think it'd be cool to see some of these older weapons be added. Moving on to the next category is having to do with nighttime raids. So I think, me personally, with how you can boost gamma and all that stuff, and with in-game stuff like the post effects, it is fairly easy to see at night, especially on some maps like Streets, and I think that's a fine thing. Sure, night vision still gives you a slight advantage, but you can kind of see fine during the nighttime, during these hours, and it's a little too bright, especially when you can use things like white light or night vision. So I think that the night map should be a little bit darker, so it gives you a little bit more of an advantage. Not like pitch black dark, but just slightly darker, so it allows night vision to have that much more of an edge, and makes buying the different night visions more useful. I think adding more night vision goggles and whatnot would be cool to see. I think it would make it more useful. I don't know, I just don't really see a point of playing nighttime over daytime as of now. To make people play nighttime more, or just force them to play, would be to have no night and day cycle. It's just all one cycle of the day, so everything would be either daytime or nighttime, and I think that would make it more useful to have night, and it would be interesting to see. I don't know how that would work. Maybe that wouldn't be a good option. Some people definitely wouldn't want that, but it would make it have a purpose. I don't know, it just seems like right now you have like insomnia and like a few other quests that you need to do at nighttime, but other than that, it's just like, it's kind of a thing, but you're never going to do it because it's not as good as daytime in my opinion. I think it'd be interesting to try out for an event or something along those lines, just to see how it is and see the player feedback on that. So next up, and this one's going to be a pretty big category, is quality of life change. There's a lot of things that they can add that would just make the experience a lot better. So one thing is have a way to save precepts over wipe. I'm pretty sure this is not a thing, but there's no way to, like, all your precepts are wiped. Kit presets, weapon attachment presets, all that stuff. You have to remake them every wipe, and I don't know, maybe I could sit down and start of the wipe and just make a bunch of kits, but I don't want to do that. I'd rather just make it once and not have a reset. I don't really see a point in that. Maybe there's some kind of limitation with that where they can't do that, we're saving kits, but I don't see what that would be. But just a way to save presets, weapon presets, kit presets over wipe. I think that'd be an amazing thing to have. Have a way to claim insurance from lowest time to highest time. So what I mean by this is, instead of having to scroll up through all your insurance messages, just have a way to say lowest time to highest time. So that'd be nice insurance. You don't have to scroll up in the messages and stuff, especially if you have a lot of insurance. It'd be a lot nicer just to have that. Second thing, and this is, I don't know, maybe this is something that I don't like, but taking money out of the things closest to the top left corner of the inventory rather than the lowest amount of money. So every time I put a docs case or something back in my inventory because I needed more space in my security container because I'm doing quests or something, or I'm just using a different docs case with a different key set, it's annoying that the money in there gets spent first and not stuff in a money case or a wallet or something that's closer to the top or something. It's annoying that it takes it from lowest to highest than just taking it from the top to the bottom or something. In the preset system, once again, I don't know if this is a thing or not, have a way to lock the secure container so that it doesn't put in new items, because sometimes you would have the same item in your case, but if you had something with more durability or something, it would put that one over the one that you have in the case right now. So in this example, it switched my docs case and took the keys out of the other one. Obviously, you could just take the secure container out and then have the preset without a secure container, but I wish there was a way to just lock the secure container so just whatever it was in there just stayed in there. So you don't have to worry about that stuff in the secure container. I want that in there. I don't want to put different things in there. And then if you do want to do that, then have a way to unlock it and whatnot. Another thing with the presets, or not presets, but in your inventory when you're selecting gear, have a way to, in the pockets, select the different magazines that are capable with the weapons on your person right there. So for example, I equipped an AK and then I go into my rig, I click a button, it says like, kind of like how in Arena right now, it says like meds, and then you get to select which kind of meds, stims, blah blah blah. So then it'd be like, you'd click on your rig and then you'd select what you want to put in there. So it would drop down again, another drop down menu somewhere where you could put things in the rig, and it'd be like ammo, meds, whatever, grenades, stuff like that. And then you could select the drop down and then click the mags that you have in your inventory that are capable with the weapons on your character at that point. I think that'd be a nice thing. It would make, especially during early wipe when you have a bunch of mags and different pockets and whatnot, you don't have to search around looking for those. You can just select it on your character and then put it on. And I think that was a great thing with the gear stuff, but I think they could go a step further, and then in your pockets or in your pouches on your rig, you can select what you want to place in there. Another thing, be able to organize your stash or just do stuff in your stash and hideout when you're in queue. Well, in the making of this video, BSG came out with a roadmap, and the 15.5 patch is exactly this. BSG kind of hinted at is some sort of Tarkov app. There's a way to, they were trying to set up an API key or something like that where you could use mobile apps with Tarkov or something. So I think it'd be nice if BSG made a Tarkov Plus app or something that's like free to use. You just link your account to it. You're able to move stuff in your stash and whatever when you're away from your computer or while you're in your raid or whatever. You can use the Tarkov Plus app and do stuff like that. And emphasis on the free. I really hope they do not charge you for this, because I'm pretty sure like games like Rust, they have the Rust Plus app, and in that I'm pretty sure it's free. So I think those are some quality of life things that they could work on. I think that make things a lot more smoother and take less time when you're in your stash. Next topic, grenade improvements. As of now, the grenades, I feel like they could be better. For example, flashes and smokes, they definitely need a rework. Smokes in particular, they need to either deploy a lot faster or have a larger radius. Right now, the green smoke's pretty easy to see through. The World War II Russian one's actually pretty decent once it gets the size. I don't think you can see through it, but the green one, you could definitely see through it. So just, yeah, that shouldn't be a thing. But they're very slow to deploy. They're not really useful at all. I think it'd be cool if there was a way that they would be able to make them useful. Maybe the smoke pops quicker, maybe something along those lines. But right now, they're very useless, and I don't really see a point for them. Flashes, they're fine how they are. They're weird though. Like if they flash behind you, you don't really get concussed that much unless it's on top of your feet. I feel like the concussion range could be a little bit further than it is right now. Definitely not the flash radius, but the concussive, like where your head's just kind of spinning a little bit. Maybe that could be improved. And I think in the scroll option, when you were like kicking down a door, like there was a thing where you could like breach a flash. So maybe they could add something where you kind of crack open the door and throw a flash in the room or something. Maybe that'd make them a little bit more useful. For grenades themselves, just a higher radius of damage. Not necessarily kill radius. I think the kill radius is fine on the grenades. I don't think that needs to be increased, but maybe damage radius. You either like die to a nade or you don't. And there's like a small radius where you do take a lot of damage, but you don't actually die. But I think it'd be cool if the fragments actually did damage. So there could technically be a potential way for you to die from if it hits you in the head or something, in the face. But then maybe people will, you know, dive away from grenades feet first, like you're supposed to in real life or whatever, and you could dodge some of the fragments. I don't know, but I think they need to be reworked where they do some sort of damage. Maybe armor stops them pretty well or something, or the fragments don't do that much damage. But as of now, they just, once they're out of the kill radius, they just don't do anything. And so, like I said, I don't think the kill radius should be increased. I just think there should be a damage radius on top of the kill radius. And moving on to the next topic, it's going to be a little bit harder to get loot. So maybe it's just with this wipe being a short one, people don't really realize that, that the loot's probably increased a little bit. But it seems very easy to get loot or just money from flipping the flea market or just rare loot, anything like that. The other thing is with this wipe, the linkage for arena to the base game, it's very easy to make money on arena and then transfer it to the base game, so that's a thing. And also the marathon questline have made progress and, you know, money very easy to get. So I mean, I think with that, it's a little bit of an outlier this wipe, but progression is pretty quick, especially with the arena linkage. If that doesn't get nerfed a little bit, I think how that should work is that the arena stuff just progresses with the wipe, so you get more money as the wipe progresses. I think right now you get way too much money, but just in general though, I know this is more for arena, not really the base game, but having arena be less linked to the base game, not necessarily in funds or anything like that, but or skill, maybe, I don't know, but the skill is very easy to progress right now in arena too. But I mean more like in game mechanics. It shouldn't be one-to-one. Arena's trying to be more of a competitive game. Tarkov's, you know, Tarkov. So aim, punch, and blur should be a lot less in arena. Maybe it is, I don't know, but arena's a competitive game, so like things like that should be reduced. Potentially randomness could be reduced. I don't know. With the ranges you are in arena, recoil's not really that big of a deal, but it can be annoying since you don't really control where the weapon goes. I mean, I guess that's a part of Tarkov, but. And that kind of does it with that one. I think they just need to make arena a little bit less linked. So those are some things that I thought would be cool to be added to the game. What do you guys think? And what are some things that you want to see added? And as always, thank you for watching.